The following podcast contains coarse language and adult themes. This week on the show, if you haven't got problems, I feel bad for you, son. I've got 99 problems, but a pod ain't one. I'm Reegs.
Ooh, and I'm Addy.
And this is the Film Addicts podcast.
99, baby.
Hey there, fellow film addicts. Welcome. It's episode 99. Can you believe it? What the fuck are we doing with our lives? That's absolutely outrageous. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody. This is just going to be a really kind of informal catch-up chat. We've got a lot of questions to get to. We kind of put that out to you all and came back with some fantastic questions and some really dumb ones as well, but we'll answer them all. I've got some questions for Addy. But in the meantime, there you are. My 99th pod. It's more than that too, because we've had bonus episodes, but just in terms of, you know, episodes proper is 99 plus a few bonuses. Over 200 hours of pod content, which is crazy, starting back in, what was it, fucking May of 2022 or something like that?
Yeah, insane.
How do you feel? I think out of the two of us, one of our English has gotten better over the course of these 99 episodes, and it's me. My English has gotten way better since becoming a podcaster. You're perfect as the day you were born. So
Absolutely fucking not. I think we've grown. I think we've grown together a lot.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's, you know, it was the solidifying of our friendship and the kind of soulmate nature of the distance not mattering and all that. And yeah, like if you listen to the first episode, not only is the fucking audio quality shocking, which is abhorrent to me because I'm a fucking professional filmmaker, but you know, we also, the confidence, like we're about our shit. And our chemistry's fucking, it was great from day one, but it's really tight now. And I think, yeah, not saying we're fucking super awesome, best podcasters ever. That's clearly Kevin Smith and all his people, but just because he has a fucking network and everything. But more that I think we kind of started to understand better what we were doing, you know?
Yeah, I mean, fuck. When we started, I didn't even have a mic.
No. But it's still, we still made it work. You know what I mean? But like, having said that, if you look back at the old episodes, hang on, I fucking lost my phone now. What have I done? There it is. If you look back at the old episodes, we kind of were just, in terms of episodes, we were just kind of making it up. Like, we'll just figure it out. But here now, I feel like we kind of have a bit more of a drive to kind of say something about the state of cinema and where we're at as well. It's not just a vacant trashing of things, but it's also, you know, we're a positive show, but it's also analytical. We also discuss these things in a practical way.
Absolutely. I hope you don't take this
back at the episodes.
I hope you don't take this the wrong way. I never imagined it. I never imagined us doing this for so long. Like it was a
neither did
pipe dream.
It was just like, okay, everyone had a podcast after fucking, I nearly said 9/11 then. Once we got past sort of like once we got past the credo of the show of talking about nerd stuff, which is what we wanted to do, which was probably around about episode 5 when we did Dune. And I told the story about that girl getting fingered behind me. I assume it was a girl.
Oh my God.
It could have been an anus. I don't know. I don't know the difference in terms of like.
If you could hear it, I'm pretty sure it wasn't an anus.
Yeah. New t-shirt for the show, by the way. Go to our TeePublic store. We don't have one. But if we did, fucking pretty sure if it was an anus, you wouldn't hear it. That's amazing. Yeah, and then we did a Moon Knight episode, Doctor Strange. We were still doing nerd stuff. Maybe we did Obi-Wan. We did a whole thing on animated stuff. And then we did the Spider-Man, like the 4-episode Spider-Man thing after I went and saw the Spider-Thon at the Astor. And hands down, they're our most popular episodes. Those in X-Men X2 and the Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man episodes have thousands and thousands of views on YouTube. Not that I, pay attention to that stuff, but it stood out by comparison to the other ones.
I know it's insane how popular it got. Not just it's insane to even think about. There's about 17,000 people in the view count of that, and I have no idea how that happened.
I think it's just sometimes things catch and they enter an algorithm for people, and Spider-Man, those Spider-Mans in particular, because they've kind of been reassessed by the younger crew who their Spider-Man is Garfield. And they're now older people, and that they come out to bat for it. Hands down, remember I sent you the video from that Spider-Thon. Hands down, the beginning of Amazing 2, where he drops out of the sky, got the biggest cheer out of all of them. Apart from when Toby was doing his stupid dance in number 3, but that's beside the point. So yeah, I think that kind of reevaluation. Also, we're not doing segments, but fuck, I watched just a minute ago the trailer for Paul Greengrass's new film Uprising with Andrew Garfield, and it's kind of like a Robin Hood situation. Oh, looks like some good sword and sandals business. It's not sword and sandals, but you know what I mean? Like people using bow and arrows and swords and stabbing people with scythes. I dig it. Did you see it?
I haven't seen it. I just saw the poster of it, but I'll definitely watch it after we're done recording, because it's Garfield.
He's a supreme talent. We did an episode on She-Hulk way back when, even though everybody hated it. We did one on Being Normal, which sits really weird. It's like between Sandman and She-Hulk is Being Normal. Because we were still dedicated to nerd stuff back then. We went, and it would only be later that we kind of started doing.
What was Being Normal? I don't know what that was about.
Normal people.
Oh my God! Fuck.
Yeah. Just the most heartbreaking fucking show of all time. Everybody.
It's wild. So bad because it's my favorite show of all time, and I forgot.
That's all right. Well, Being Normal's the name. I said Being Normal as if it was the show, but I meant that was the name of our episode. Because, yeah, we still keep up with our hopefully funny and puntastic titles, like this one, 99 Problems, but a pod ain't one. Thanks, Jay-Z. Yeah, still covering nerd stuff. Had the beautiful Leanne on for Legends of the Podcast. Came on to talk about the Arrowverse. We miss her. I mean, she's not dead. Like,
yeah.
She's very alive and well. She's very well, in fact. She's so good. She's so good. Yeah, we just haven't had her in a long time. Did Adam? We did the bonus episode, the Superman paradox, where we found out that after Cavill revealed that he was returning as Superman, and Addy came out of his penis and anus at the same time. And then James Gunn was like, "Yeah, nah, I'm gonna get some sweat. I'm gonna get some corn sweat," or whatever you call it. What's it? Corn sweat, isn't it?
It's corn sweat.
Yeah, I've been saying.
But if you say it quickly, it becomes corn sweat like immediately.
Yeah, like if you leave your corn in the sun.
Right.
That was if you want to take a soundbite as to what this show is, everybody, just go back and grab that one, because that is a distillation of our entire fucking pod relationship. Me saying something absolutely stupid, like totally ludicrous and ridiculous, and you going, yeah. Like, I'm going to put up this fucking white colonial fuck.
If there is one clip that you should take away from the entirety of the show so far, is how quickly we got to Hulk's dick and his foreskin, and the what was it, the Doctor Strange dick in the sky? Doctor
Strange's huge cock in the sky. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's just boilerplate good comedy, you know. For instance, the debate rages, like when Smart Hulk becomes Smart Hulk, does he have, a man's penis or a fucking, no, maybe we'll find out in Spider-Man. Stop showing me stuff from that fucking movie, all right? Jesus Christ.
My God,
another clip
please.
came out. I don't want to know. I would have loved it if I'd have gone to that movie and I'm going to ruin a little bit if you haven't seen it, but if you're online, you've seen it. But I would have loved to have gone to that movie and seen, even though it's completely incongruous based on his history in the MCU, seen Frank Castle shoot a machine gun at Hulk. I would have loved to have not known that was going to happen. Like, fucking hell. People are coming. It's a fucking Spider-Man. Like, people are going to come. What are you fucking giving up the farm for? Like, why don't you just show us his fucking tits too? Jesus Christ. Sorry.
Wait, who's? Punishers or the Hulks?
Everyone.
Fair.
There's many boobs. It's almost like been given up that Sadie... What's her name?
Sadie Sink.
She's totally playing Jean Grey, right?
Oh, we don't know. That's what the internet thinks.
Yeah, that's what the internet knows. The internet knows about it. We did a fantastic 2-part episode on the X-Men series, which was, across all the movies, and the cartoon show as well, which was really great. It's funny, we did a bonus episode on when James Gunn released his his slate. Yeah, I'd love to go back and listen to that and be like, how many of these?
All of it is gone. I remember being so excited for The Authority. It's fucking gone. The Booster Gold show gone.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, maybe if you're not going to say shit, don't say shit. Where's my fucking Swamp Thing James Mangold picture, motherfucks?
They're making a Gorilla Grodd TV show.
Yeah, I'm down for that. The Grodd. We did 3-part X-Men episode. We did our Babylon episode because everybody trashed it and me and Addie fucking loved it.
Oh.
The Great Dungeons and Dragons, a new film is coming out directed by that gentleman. The person who directed that.
Shit,
I saw a trailer for it. What was it? That's going to drive me absolutely bananas. What was it?
I can look it up.
By the director of... It looked really good, whatever it was. Yeah, have a look. While I go through this, an episode on Watchmen. We counter-programmed and did an episode on the Flashpoint Paradox animated film because the Flash movie, as you all know, wasn't very good. We didn't think it was very good. Episode 34 was La La Land. I can't believe that was that long ago. Fuck me. Fantastic, month-long series on, more than that, actually. We did 5 episodes on Mike Flanagan, his catalog. We did Dr. Sleep, Haunting of Hill House, The Shining. Just The Shining's actually up there twice, which is interesting. But anyway, and I don't think people understand that either. Like, this isn't just like we record and it goes up. Like, I have to build, the edit, and because of the time difference as well, I have to often remove long delay between sentences. Like, we catch it fine here, but in the record, the timing is off. So I have to line those back up. I have to remove, I've got a whole mix process that I go through. I have to build the Instagram assets and, put in all the things. Like, it takes time to edit these. And I don't like, people use AI. Fuck no, because then you can't get the nuance. And also I can't enjoy listening back to it. You know what I mean? And being like, that's great. Or removing stuff that I think is, not pertinent. And it's usually stuff that I say where I fucking make stupid jokes, like sing songs or talk about corn that's sweating.
So now you have to keep that in because you reference it later in the episode.
Yes. That's fine. I don't mind doing that. That's okay. It makes sense, based on what we're talking about. We did an episode on Morbius, just to be contrarian. It's not a bad film. Great few episodes on the original Daredevil series, seasons 1 and 2. The fantastic Tommy of a little podcast called, I'm just trying to think about which one to say. He's on a podcast Assemble with DL, and he's also on another show with me that we created out of being on each other's shows called No Country for Old Films. He came on and did the Oops, I Dune It Again episode with us on Dune 2 and introduced me and you both to what is under a sandworm's flaps and its nipples. And if you've seen...
That's an episode, every time I go back to it, we lost the plot like 40 minutes in.
Yeah, it's unhinged. Like if you get to the end of that episode and you're normal at the end, congratulations, because it's not, no one gets out alive with that one. We did, our first commentary was on Jaws. I still love that episode. I think it's really great because I just, that was the one where you were eating a fucking dime store Toblerone. It's like chocolate points. So what was it called?
It was Choco Triangle.
That's crap. That is crap. I don't even know what they're doing.
They discontinued it because now we have Toblerones here in 7-Eleven. So they discontinued the Choco Triangles.
Good. Fuck them. We did an episode on X-Men 97 for our 46th episode, Mutant and Proud. The second season that's running now. We'll probably do an episode on that in after 100. And 47, we literally just did X2 like for an entire episode, which is great. And the Logan episode 48, is my favorite pun I ever did. It was called Loganberry. And it's Logan and then Bury. But there's a thing called a Loganberry, like that you would eat. And I just always thought that was hysterical. Call me old-fashioned. Great 3-part episode. Ring Job parts 1 to 3. God, we are fucking ridiculous. On Lord of the Rings, I felt like we kind of hit our stride a little bit with that one because it was really, some of it went from nerd shit to a little bit of film journalism, and now it's like me being a soft old man and like feeling stuff all the time and telling people how I feel about the
feeling
world.
stuff is amazing. That's the entire point of Paul in Shrinking. The feeling stuff is what we do. It's the trying not to feel stuff is what fucks us.
Yeah, what a shame it would be to be 42 years old and not completely covered in scars. Yeah, no, I get it. It's more become a platform for me to talk about what I love and how I live my life. Like I wouldn't do that on No Country. No Country's a comedy show. Like this is me, And I'm not saying that No Country is a performance, because it certainly isn't. And the chemistry I have with Tommy is like what we have. It's just innate. We didn't earn it at all. It just happens, which is why the show works. But it is a comedy show, and so is this. But I would never talk deeply about my feelings on No Country because it's just not the space for it. Whereas here, like I know that I can talk to you about, because that's all I'm really doing here is talking to you. If other people listen, that's great. And I know there's a lot of people who do listen, and we'll get to thanking some of them, our fans. And there's some fans out there who probably listen to us every fucking week and don't reach out and don't speak to us. You're just as important as everybody else. That you must be out there because the views say so. Like I said, I don't really pay much attention to it, but if you're on YouTube, I can see them. So if you're out there and you're listening and you feel like you're just a viewer, and that's fine, just a listener, and that's fine. You want to stay in that place and just enjoy the show and not interact. That's great. We're so grateful for you. You don't need to do that. You need to give back to us. Like this is just a conversation between two friends that happens to get put on the internet. Now, the Wild at Heart episode was really important because you would, I was just about to go overseas and you were like, and I was fretting it because I hadn't been overseas in a long time, years, since I got sober. And I hadn't had that was, part of the reason I went because I'd gotten sober. And I didn't want to leave my boys as well, my cats. I was really struggling with it. And you were like, can you go and see The Wild Rabbit because I wanted an episode on it, and it fucking blew my mind. It's probably my top 3 favorite animated films of all time, along with Disney's Alice in Wonderland and Atlantis, The Lost Empire, which we'll do an episode on.
I've never seen that.
Get the fuck out of here. Really?
I've never seen that.
Oh, get it all up in your ass. It is the titty balls. I fucking love it. So we're all remaking all these goddamn musicals and singly dingly dingly dongs, and having people get mad about fucking fish girls and all sorts of stuff, right? You're laughing because I said singly dingly dingly dong, aren't you?
Oh, sorry. You moved on too quickly from that. I need at least 2 seconds to catch up, man.
Sorry,
it was too quick.
My brain just is on fire. But yeah, they're remaking all of these, they're doing live action versions of all their shit. Do a live action version of Atlantis. It's perfect. It's an action adventure picture. Like,
don't do live action remakes of animated films. It lowers the actual art form. Don't do it.
Ooh, hot take, everybody. Hot chips.
It's not hot take. The Rock has no nipples in the live action Moana. You think that's realistic?
I don't know. Why would a god need nipples?
Oh,
Isn't he a
because
god?
in the animated there is one. Also, he's a demigod.
So hang on a second. Wait. Here we are. I've got 99 problems, but a nipple ain't one. Two nipples? Hang on. So in the cartoon of Moana, he has nipples.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But in the movie, they've painted them
so
out.
They're not nipples because he's genuinely wearing a bodysuit. It's not his body.
Nobody heard me breathe out heavily then because I'm like, what the fuck are we doing?
I did.
He's The Rock. I know he got quite thin for something after Smash Machine.
I'll tell you why it's a bodysuit. It's because in the animated, his tattoos move. And so they might want to do that. It's easier for them to animate on something that's not actually skin.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. Yeah, we were talking about that on No Country about the Spider-Man film and we were kind of lamenting the fact that they didn't go with that cool rubber goblin mask that they showed test footage of after the fact. They just went with that kind of like Power Rangers-y looking helmet. And Tommy was like, why didn't they use it? I'm like, it was probably harder to animate. It's easier to animate a big green dildo than it is fucking, rubber on a dude's face. But
also, yeah. I love that goblin mask so much.
Especially now that you can see that film in better quality, like a 4K of it or whatever, you can see through the mesh, and it's Defoe giving it the fucking business. Like he's performing under there.
Yeah, like I understand the criticism that the worst thing that those movies did was put Defoe's face under a mask, but it fucking works, man. Like
he's still got the physicality, like yeah.
And then you get the incredible part in No Way Home where he destroys the mask. And then it becomes this psychological thing in his head.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, like it still holds up too. Like you don't look, I was making a joke, but you look at it, you're like, oh, that looks ridiculous. Like it suits the film that they're making, Addy made me watch The Room for the first time and he listened, which was pretty fun. And then I went away for a little while. I went overseas for like 7 weeks and then came back and we did some fucking great episodes. We did the excellent Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, The Brave New World, which I still think is a good movie. It's just a nice little bit of something to eat, which is a great episode on Seven and The Killer, which I fucking, hey, don't laugh at my Oreos. Forgot about that joke. I'm going to go back and listen to that. Of course, we had the fantastic Till the End of the Line boys come on and to do our bonus episode, We're Doomed, when the information dropped about the very man himself, RDJ, coming on as Dr. Doom, and we did a great episode there. We love those guys. We'll talk about one on Kike shortly. Did a great episode on the film that is getting a really, really big sort of reevaluation by everybody, Constantine with Keanu Reeves. I know Jamie Delano, the person who wrote, Alan Moore created John Constantine for Swamp Thing. He appears and kind of gaslights Swamp Thing into learning how to use his powers better so that he can become a soldier for good. It's a really good couple of issues, actually. I mean, most of Alan Moore's Swamp Thing stuff is when he got his own series, Hellblazer. Jamie Delano, the writer, came on and he doesn't like that movie. He thinks it bastardized everything he did. And he also doesn't understand why everyone calls it Constantine when British people pronounce it Constantine. Fucking great movie. And it was a fun episode too. I like that. They did a really cool sort of quintet of like child adventure movies. It was 61, 62, 63, and 64. The original Jumanji, Zathura, which was a one we had in the bag for ages. Space! Tomorrowland, which I love, and the really maligned and quite good John Carter of Mars, or just John Carter as well, which Daddy really likes and I really like. Swung back around to do some nerd shit, talking about Asterisk, which was the Thunderbolts picture. We did the John Wick trilogy for episode 66, and then that sort of went into Tiny Dancer. We did sort of in like a little bit of counter programming again. We did an episode on Man of Steel, which me and Addie still really like. I know that's kind of, unfashionable to like that film, but I think Cavill's a goddamn charm magnet, and I like some of the visual work that Zach does. He's gone a bit too far with it now. I don't know if you watch Rebel Moon, but fuck me, the farming. Have you seen all the farming that goes on in that shits? Holy fuck. The director's cuts of those things have so much fucking in them and so much farming. Like and they're both really sexy. I don't know how he does it. He just people are either sticking it in holes or cutting down wheat, and they both work for me. You're shaking your head.
No, I'm not shaking my head at you. I'm just shaking my head at the fact that we did so much free marketing for Rebel Moon. And
for
it was
a good long while there, you were Blood Axe and Baby Blood Axe.
I am Blood Axe.
Yes.
I am Blood Axe. And I'm Baby Blood Axe.
Oh no, the return.
I've not done that in so long.
I know, it's been a good long while, but I love it. We did an episode on The Nice Guys, which I still think is probably one of the best noir films of all time and one of the greatest scripts of all time as well. I think that is Shane Black at his peak. I don't think he's ever been better than that. This will be interesting. I'm going to come back to this one when I ask you a question later on. We did an episode on the new Superman film, which we both liked, Punk Rock or Kryptonite. We did an episode on Chef, number 72. Oh, The Fantastic Weapons by Zach Kreger. That motherfucker has got the best screenwriting advice of all time. I've told you about it, right? For those of you who don't know, he got asked like how he gets, because he not only does he sits down with a premise and just finds shit out. Like he didn't know that there was going to be an inbred bitch downstairs, in the basement in Barbarian at all. He didn't know what the cause of all these people going crazy in weapons was until he got to, it's witchcraft. Spoilers, by the way. He just sits down and writes, but also he does what he calls, what is referred to in the industry as a vomit draft, but he calls it an elf draft. And he says he hires this tiny elf who's a fucking idiot. Like he's so dumb and he doesn't know anything, but he's a fast typist and he's got a lot of big ideas. And he uses the elf to write an elf draft as fast as he possibly can. Doesn't worry about scenes connecting, bad dialogue, spelling errors, nothing like that. He just gets through this elf draft. And then at the end of it, he's got a finished draft. Danny Strong does something similar to that as well. Danny Strong, who worked on the Hunger Games scripts, I can't remember. He wrote a film called Rebel in the Rye, which is about J.D. Salinger, which is really great. He's Empire, the TV show, Dope Sick. He wrote as well. He played one of the characters in Buffy, one of the villains 3 who cause her all sorts of havoc in season 8. But whatever. He just sits down and just doesn't go back.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm going back like a long while, but the film that you were referencing, was it Mayday? That's going to come out this year?
Yeah.
With Ryan Reynolds and Bryan Cranston?
Thank you. Yeah, it's about an American soldier, like a fighter pilot who gets caught behind enemy lines and gets taken in by a Russian guy who's obsessed with America, but he's also this fucking gangster, and it's played by Kenneth Branagh. Looks good. Anyway, that's the very one. But yeah, so Danny Strong talks about he'll just go through and do a draft like bang, never going back. Whereas Christopher Nolan, like he'll write and then the next day he goes back, starts the beginning and goes through and rewrites and then continues on. So everyone's got the different techniques, but the elf draft idea is really, really clever, of hiring this tiny elf that's just a fucking moron and gets your first draft done. So we did an episode on weapons, which I really loved. One of my favorite episodes we ever did because it just was so unexpected, The Legend of Oka. Ocha, what was it again?
The Legend of Ochi.
Ochi, such a great episode. Which is just really like, I was not expecting it to be as good as it was, and
I wasn't either. It hit like so deep when I watched it, and it's one of the most disappointing theatrical experiences because I was there were 2 people in that theater, and it was like a midday show. And it was backed by these big companies and, incredibly well made. such incredible depth to the characters and to like the message of the film. The silver lining of that is when I rewatched it for when we were gonna do the episode, I wrote like a short review on Letterboxd, and the director of the film liked it.
There you go.
So
how about that? Someone's listening out there. We did some episodes for Halloween. We did Life of Chuck, The Conjuring, a fantastic film called The Ritual, which Addie put me onto. We kind of like piggybacked back and forth of, you know, what movies we wanted to talk about. We did one of my favorites, The Frighteners. Green Knight, which is great up until she gives him a hand job. Where the fuck did this? Talk about a sharp right turn. Like, get fucked. Unbelievable. Zodiac, David Fincher. We did a new episode on Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein for 81. K-pop Demon Hunters, which is one of my favorite films now. Love it. One of my favorite animated films. We did a great commentary on Back to the Future, which was triggered by that I found out that Addie hadn't seen fucking the third one, although he'd seen the second one. Although you'd seen the second one, rather, sorry. We did an episode on Unbreakable, which is one of my favorite. Wonder Man, which is really great. Adaptation. These are all getting close now to where we're at. 2 episodes on Blade Runner, the original and 2049. Fantastic projects, Hail Mary. Secret Life of Walter Mitty, and then we did our just finished up our quintet again of coming of age films with Edge of 17, Spectacular Now, The Perks of Being a Wallflower, and 500 Days of Summer. In between that, we did a bonus episode on the second season of Daredevil Born Again, and yeah, most recently we've done episodes on Masters of the Universe, the new film, and the episode that dropped just yesterday, The Dude Abides. Which is on The Big Lebowski. So that's kind of our catalogue, everybody. There's fucking a bit of stuff for you to go back and listen to. I'd say start around episode 20, just for quality purposes.
Yeah, it's been a while since we did like the Spider-Thon or like the Spider-Man films. But I want to share something about, because I asked you personally if it would be possible for you to record the theater reaction of TASM 2's opening, and you did, and I was so grateful. And I remember when you sent it to me, it was the last time I was in the ocean, like standing in water, and I received that. That's
interesting.
Because it was like fucking 24 hours, right?
Thereabouts. It was I mean in total, that's not all just the movies because there's breaks and stuff, but yeah, it was about 24 hours total.
Yeah, so I was in the ocean. I was standing there, and I received it, and I remember being hopeful because I was at a really bad stage, and it was a lot. There was a lot going on, and there was a lot that I couldn't understand and couldn't make other people understand, and then you sent that to me, and this show and you gave me hope and gave me a space to just be me. And it has helped me be myself since then, and continues to. I will never forget receiving that video, and I'm standing in the middle of the fucking ocean.
That's beautiful, man. Thank you. I don't know what you're doing in the ocean with your phone on you, but what did you do? What do you want? Drop it.
I was taking pictures.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay. Completely agree. This place is, like I was saying before, where I can just be myself and talk about things that I'm worried about too, like the state of my industry, the state of the industry in general, of entertainment becoming content, of AI proliferation, causing people to remove the value of the human thought, to remove the value of human creativity and what that means for us, is not just in terms of this industry itself, but everywhere. Like, people are losing their jobs because AI is taking, like, what? Who's going to buy all your products when you like AI takes over everything? Like, if you're not paying anybody to do any jobs, like what's the so the rich people are just going to get richer and richer and richer, and the class divide is going to become like a chasm. Is that what the plan is? Is that why AI is so great? Like I get to actually say that stuff here, whereas if you say that stuff in the wild, like someone called me a dinosaur for not using AI.
What?
A person older than me, and I was like, why don't you go fuck yourself? And do I get the same reaction? Like, if you say to somebody who's smoking, you shouldn't smoke, it's really bad for you, it's going to kill you, It's and then the threat is obvious. Clearly, everybody knows that smoking is bad for you at this point. You know what I mean? Like, everybody knows that AI is bad for you and the environment at this point. It's bad for your brain function. It's bad for economies. It's bad for the environment. Like, it's all right there. But people keep smoking as if it ain't no fucking thing. Well, like, I don't know who the dinosaur is. Like, I live on planet Earth. But yeah, this is a place where I can voice those concerns. And I know that the audience is either going to turn out and not fucking listen anymore, or they're going to lean in and be like, oh, no, I think I hear what this guy's saying. And both are fine. Like, it doesn't matter to me either way. I'm just glad to be able to sit here and talk with my friend about real shit as well as fun shit, you know?
We lost Sam Neill quite recently.
Yeah. Fuck,
and
that
it
just
was
happened.
really heartbreaking. And
came out of nowhere
like,
too. Like, he was in recovery and yeah, you never can tell, I guess.
Yeah, it was really sad. He was an environmentalist, and you know, he was a great soul. And like I saw like AI tributes for him.
That's so fucking stupid.
Right? It's like him in the Jurassic Park attire, and like him like with the dinosaurs and like petting them. Like, just what the fuck? And like the thing is, using generative AI is actively killing this planet, and he was an advocate for the planet. People have lost it completely, and I hope that we're able to salvage at least some people who can at least think critically and think for themselves. Like, I was sitting in class the other day, and the professor asked a question, and there was somebody who like asked like 3 AI, like asked like the same exact question to 3 different AIs and got 3 different answers, but yet none of those answers like came from them. You know, it's like thinking for ourselves is our greatest strength. Like, fucking hell. I don't know like what else to say. Like, it's the most human thing to think for yourself. It's what's like makes us. He's disappearing, and I'm scared.
Yeah, and it's the application for it is so broad as well. Someone asked me why I don't use it, and using 3 of them is fucking insane, but I don't use it. And I just said, I'm not that bored with myself. I kind of like what's going on up here. I don't need to replace that with something else. It doesn't take the pressure off at all. You know, it makes me feel lazy. But anyway, it's good to be able to talk about that stuff. And you know, if you're out there and you use AI, like I'm not judging you. I just don't understand. I don't understand, and I don't. You know, I would never use it for anything, let alone creative stuff. I don't care if it saves me time. I'd rather learn the lessons figuring out whatever it is, you know. But forgetting about all that business, let's get into a few questions here. We're going to do some questions for the next, you know, few minutes. Some of them are from our friends. What's that?
I've got a question for you as well.
Yes, yeah. Well, I've got some for you too. So, would you want to do our ones first, and then we'll do the audience ones? Yeah,
sure.
Cool.
Well, my question to you is, what was the first impression of the show for you?
The first impression of the show?
Like when it first went out, you like shared it with people. Not the first feedback, but like how did you feel once it was like out in the world?
It's funny. I didn't care about the reaction as much as I thought as I would. I was having too much fun. Mm-hmm. And they were funny to me. I remember a couple of people being like, the audio quality is not good. Stop apologizing for the audio quality not being good. Just do the show. Like, you get a lot of feedback in that vein. But in terms of the best feedback that I get from doing this show is the fact that I now have a plethora of other pods that I'm on and friends that I've made because they discovered us. They discovered our show. So in terms of, you know, outside feedback, it's that no one's actually said to me, hey, you're a great podcaster. They've just come to me and be like, do you want to come on our show? That's the real kind of the gratifying part of it. But in terms of my own reaction, just, yeah, how much fun it was, how quick we are together and how silly we could get. I didn't know you well enough to know that could be your humor. And yet we ended up with fucking a huge Doctor Strange penis in the sky. Like that's so incongruous and ridiculous. It's that was the impression I had, that we were having a fucking good time. I have a question for you. What film have we not done that you want to do?
That's interesting, because I used to have a list, and then like we've done so many that like I don't think I have one as of right now.
Okay, have a think about it. Not right now, but just another time. Have a think about it, and we'll come back, because we did mine. We did. I was really wanting to do The Big Lebowski, and we just did it. So I thought maybe you had like a bucket list one. I have another question for you. Does Batman work out to music? And this is for all of you. You can answer this in the comments. Does Batman work out to music? And if so, what is the music?
It is the most slowest romantic songs.
Like just a CD of ballads.
And he's not thinking about himself. He's thinking about his parents relating to those songs.
Wow, that's some deep, deep scars there, Batman. That's good. I like that. What was your biggest surprise first watch for the show? Like a film that you had to watch for the show for the first time and you were like, holy shit, and it blew your head off. Because for me, it was Midnight Mass. That's
a good one.
It's one of the greatest TV shows of all time. And I just was not expecting it from a fucking, 8-episode Netflix series about vampires. It was just one of the most poignant, beautiful pieces of human storytelling ever.
Absolutely. And like you can make a case that it's not about vampires at all until the very end. Like it's profound in ways that I hope other shows are. Like it knows exactly what it is, and it is like it's not trying to bait you into like watching more of it. It's just it is what it is, man. Like it starts off with a man drunk out of his mind killing a girl. And it's about redemption and the absolute turn that Riley takes when he is made into a vampire. And the first thing he does is he goes and he tells, is it Rachel Green, I think? And it ends with the scene on the boat, and then it becomes her show.
Yeah, unreal. Just such an amazing turn.
Like Flanagan does this incredibly well, because he does this in Doctor Sleep as well, where it starts out with Danny, but then becomes about Abra, and it is incredible.
So what was you're absolutely right about Midnight Mass. What was your sort of first sort of the watch?
It would probably be it's a silly answer, but it would probably be oh no, I can give an actual fucking serious answer. 7.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah.
Actually, 7 and Zodiac and The Killer. All 3 of them.
Yeah.
They blew my mind by how much I liked them and just the way that they were made. And how different they were while still being in the same genre. Fucking insane.
Yeah, they have a spiritual sort of aesthetic, like a connection, not just because of Fincher, but because of the topic as well. Yeah, it's good point. What is your favorite movie trailer? Like, what's a trailer that you saw and was like, holy shit?
That's a good question. Do you have an answer for that?
Yeah, 2. Carlito's Way, the Brian De Palma picture with Al Pacino and Sean Penn. The trailer for that is one of the best trailers of all time. It makes you want to see the film so badly, and it gives you enough of the story that you don't have all the information, but that you understand the beats and who everybody is, and it's just beautifully constructed, and the music's amazing, and Pacino, it's so great. And the first trailer they released for Superman Returns, where it has the Jor-El's voiceover, and they're great people, Kal-El, they wish to be, and it's that tracking shot of all the people. You barely see Superman in it at all, and him. And it opens on with the Kent farm like mailbox, and him jumping through the wheat field, through the cornfield, and and he falls through the barn, and then because he was jumping, and then he stops himself just before he hits the ground because he learns how to levitate, and it cuts to black. And Brando goes, even though you're raised as a human being, you're not one of them. And then, and then it opens on the fucking Fortress of Solitude. Just, Really, really well constructed trailer.
I go back to that trailer quite a lot. This is not a fucking surprise. I love Superman. And I quite recently made my friends watch that teaser, and watched all of them have no reaction to the Jor-El the Jor-El line. And while I was like fucking bawling my eyes out because it means so much to me, because it is the essence of Superman, and the fact that it comes from somebody who absolutely hated doing that.
Yeah. Brando was an excellent actor, but he had nothing but contempt for the profession. Yeah.
Yeah. I might have two, actually. The first trailer for Zack Snyder's Justice League with Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah. It was in 4:3, and it starts off with Superman flying in with Batman's cowl, and then it's the Joker card, and then you get the entire trailer, and it meant a lot. And also it's very relevant because our next episode is Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah, episode 100, everybody. We're doing Zack Snyder. It's 5 years since it came out. 5 years this just gone this March, I think it was, or May perhaps.
It came out on my dad's birthday, and I remember locking myself in, watching it, and then going.
Fuck you, Dad. Happy fucking birthday. Enjoy your cake. I'm going to watch 4 hours of Superman be a cunt.
I'm sorry. I'm going to watch 4 hours of Superman being a cunt. Wow.
Well, I mean, it's sort of what happens. Not really. No, it's just in that last little bit. But
yeah,
he's barely in it. Barely in the picture.
Yeah, I remember watching it and fucking screaming at my screen when we get there, the Flight 2.0, when it's both of his dads speaking to him, and just, oh fuck, we'll get into that.
And when fucking Martha turned into Martian Manhunter, I was like, what? What the fuck? He's been there the whole time, and it turns out it's Harry Lennox anyway. Like that was yeah. I love Martian Manhunter. He's my favorite Justice League member.
Hell yeah, man.
Jean Jones.
Yeah, I remember like screaming on top of my lungs, holy fucking shit. And my dad opened the door and was like, what's going on? I was like, it's fine. Just leave.
Just go and enjoy your cake, all right? I'm masturbating in here. Shit.
That's
a good answer. That's a good answer.
Is that in the first teaser for the first Dune film? There's a song called Eclipse. That's scored by Hans Zimmer. It's really cool. It's sort of a prayer by the Furman, but you don't get that until you watch the film, and the song is not in the film. It's just I really love that teaser because I was able to convince 7 of my friends to go and watch that film in IMAX with me by just watching that trailer.
Yeah, that's awesome. Cool. I have one more question.
I also have a question for you.
Okay, let me do my last one, and then you can do your one, and then we'll get into crowd questions. Which film that we've talked about and done an episode on have you had the biggest turnaround on? Like you at first you were like, yeah, this is great, and then you're like, actually, given time, I don't actually like it as much as I did initially.
It's actually, I have to say, last year's Superman.
Me too. I've had a huge turnaround on that film. I love some of the ideas. I love some of the aesthetic. The punk rock idea of kindness is king is really great, but it's just so bloated and unnecessarily complex and full. Like it's trying to be a comic book, and the more I read comic books, the more I feel like the movie versions of these things should be simpler. Yeah, I don't know. Just it was to have all of that going on, and I should have come away from that movie being like, Superman this and Superman that and Corn Sweat and all that, but it's so bloated and convoluted in terms of it's setting all this stuff up. You lose him in the mix, and that big speech he gives at the end doesn't feel like anything because he hasn't. I don't feel like the character has earned it. That's a third movie speech, So yeah, that's 100%. Probably where I'm at with that one. It's not a bad film. I just don't like it as much as I did when I first saw it.
It's 100% a third film speech. It's also like I really wanted to rewatch it quite recently because I went and watched Supergirl, and I was like, my biggest complaint from the film is they actually make him a tyrant, like he was sent there to rule.
Yeah,
and like going in, like my biggest theory was that that's not actually Jor-El, like that's Zod.
Yeah, me too.
And no, it's just, they call him the ruler when he's sent from Krypton and Supergirl. And it's just like I don't know, it takes away from like one of the most core aspects of Superman that I love, because he's not only is he an immigrant, he's a refugee, but also he chooses to love this world, and then he chooses this world over his own people. That's a thing that's referenced in the Superman film, but it's never given the gravitas that it deserves. And I wanted to rewatch it, but I clicked on it, and like in the first like 10 minutes, I was like, it's trying to be so dense, and it yes, Superman is dense, but like the ideologies and the morality that he stands for, that's dense. Him as a character is very simple. Like he does good because he's good, and he believes that everybody can do that. Like everybody can choose to be good. That's what he believes in, and that's the most, like, when Superman is that simple, he works the best. Because eventually you'll have to come. Eventually, like when you're doing that character, people will have to like at least come across and say that, well, fuck it, man. Like if he can do it, why can't we? Like that's the whole point. And if you make it so much about fucking, spaces between worlds and like, I don't know. It's just I'm often reminded of what you said about the film, which is it's a lot about itself.
It doesn't talk so much about who we are as people and all that kind of stuff as it does. Hey, look, we're a comic book and we're doing it right this time. It's like, yeah, Spider-Man did it pretty well in fucking 2002, and it was much more succinct. But anyway, it's not a bad film, but yeah.
Absolutely not. The way that it starts with him like flying in the air is fucking amazing, and like I'm not going to discount the fact that I went with somebody who doesn't the second time I watched it, I went with somebody who doesn't really like Superman, and when we walked out, he said, "I had hope." Like that's incredible. That's great. That's Superman works.
Yeah,
it's just not my Superman.
What was your question? Because we're running out of time here. Let's want to get to some staff questions. Staff questions? That's not it. Yeah.
My question is, if you could go back and do an episode again, what episode would it be?
Oh, shit on me. Maybe the first Dune, so that I can have a bit more reverence for it, based now that we've got the other, once we said the third one, it'd be good to go back and do because the first one will mean more then. It'll have more weight, So yeah, maybe get Tommy on so he can make more fucking sand nipple jokes. Love you, Tommy. Cool. Let's get to some questions here. I'm going to go first. I've got two that were sent to me directly. My dear friends, Gus and Cable from the Sequel Suck podcast, also sometimes featuring Sean and Michelle. I love you guys. I always have such a great time coming on. I'm like angling for third chair every fucking time, but you won't make it official, you sons of bitches. Gus asks, will Regan hang dong in the episode? And I said, it's an audio show, so even if I did, you wouldn't know. And he wrote back in all capitals, we'd see in the Insta clip, you fuck. And I said, wrong show, because we don't do that. And he said, wrong attitude. Hang dong on camera, you coward. And I said, there's no need to shout. Love you, Gus. Excellent. He's a professional comedian, Gus Brown. I love him. Cable is so fucking earnest, but sometimes he comes out with a zinger. He just asked, why are you gay? And my reply was, sexy men. I'm gay because of sexy men, all right? It's not my fault they're out there. I'm on a podcast with two of them, you sexy man. Actually, I'm on a podcast with like 8 of them. There's a whole bunch of sexy men in my life. Yeah, so that was the ones that were sent directly to me. Thanks, fellas. Appreciate you. Do you have the questions?
But the question does remain, though. Will you hang dong?
Any minute now. Any minute. No, it's cold here. I don't want to fucking represent my cock in the cold. People are going to be like, Jesus, that guy's hung like a chickpea. What the fuck?
And then suddenly in the background, you'll just hear like a...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, let me just hang dong. Hang on. That sounded like a book. That sounded like an Avengers Enter the Phoenix trade paperback is what that sounded like. No, my dong is not internet ready, unfortunately. It's the world ain't ready for that dong.
So to answer this question, what we'll have to do is we'll have to name our top 3 moments from the beginning till now.
Wow. Well, I can do it pretty quickly. It's absolutely Hulk's pink penis.
Fuck off.
I fucking loved it. It's just too funny. Yeah. You being a pirate was really, really great. And your reaction to me pretending to be 3 different people. I was being Hayley Atwell, Sir Patrick Stewart, and Kevin Feige. But Kevin Feige just sounded like me. But I was being 3 people, and I had a conversation between them about who gets to come to the fucking premiere of Doctor Strange 2. And your reaction to that, like you were doubled over. So yeah, they're my 3 faves, I think.
I'm gonna say, yeah, Hulk's pink penis is too iconic.
Yeah, it's kind of like our brand.
It was so early on too. I forget how early on that was.
Yeah. Like fucking episode 5 or something.
And then I don't know if you remember this, but I remember seeing it. It was in our Robin episode 3, I think. Mm-hmm. Which is when I said that Dick Grayson is Bruce Wayne and Batman's greatest success. Yeah. And Jason Todd is Batman's greatest failure. And you cracked me open like a fucking ostrich egg. It was amazing. Over your knee. And I was like, oh my God, I've been reading Nightwing comics my whole life and I fucking didn't even notice that. Yeah. But yeah, also I love the fact that episode 3 was the Robins, and it was just that we loved the Robins and we wanted to talk about Dick Grayson. And I had never met a person who would wanted to talk, like who knew that, you know, the Robin has a name. I never met a person who knew that there were more than one Robin, and you know, Dick Grayson became this, like, the best of Batman and Superman. Yeah, very much so. Yeah. Or just how I was struggling in the Dune 2 episode about getting my point across to a point where I gave up. And let me and Tommy backdoor pilot our other show, basically. I couldn't get out the words that it's flaps. And I said the word flaps and then it was gone. It was like the biggest gas leak. And yeah, it was. The other thing as well, go back and listen to that episode, everybody. You will be amazed at how long we just let ourselves laugh at each other. And I cut out a lot of that. You did. Yeah. There was minutes of it that was removed of us cacking ourselves because it just was inaudible cackling. And I just thought that's not good podcast. Excellent. What's the next question? We've got a little bit, a few more minutes, and then I've got to go to work. The actual question was, fuck, marry, kill, top 3 moments. Yeah, right. Well, there you go. I thought it was, I read that question too. Thank you from Chaz, beautiful, beautiful Chaz. I'll speak about him shortly. I thought it was episodes, like fuck, marry, kill episodes. And I think marry would be the very first episode because that was the maiden voyage. Fuck, the Logan episode. I loved talking about Logan because I really like that movie a lot, and I think we had some interesting take on it as well. All the X-Men stuff that we've done, because we're so, you know, my love of X-Men has grown so much since knowing you. Like, I dug it when I was little. I read the comics, especially when Joe Madureira was drawing it because of the cartoon series, and I dug the films, but you know, they're Emily's favorite as well. But just like having the experience of doing a show with someone like you who can relate to the X-Men so well has given me a greater appreciation for the meaning with which they hold and how important they are culturally. And the stories mean more to me now as well because I feel them more. And Logan is included in that.
So that was great, and probably kill the episode we did on Superman, because I would like to go back and be not more critical, but less. I read my notes. I reread my notes recently because they were in my journal, because it was almost a year ago that we did that episode, and I was like, I don't believe any of this shit anymore. Like, well, half of it, doesn't mean as much as it did. So I would like to, maybe make some adjustments there. But whatever, can't change the past. What's the next question?
So the second question is, congratulations. Between episode 1 and episode 98, which episode would you like to have live reaction from the audience to the most? And he says, mine is when you say, hey, Policia.
I don't even remember what episode that was.
Oh, man.
Policia. Yeah. Like there was someone outside your door. Like it's not your language or the language of the country you're in, which makes it really, really stupid as well. That would be pretty good. But again, I probably maybe Dune 2, just because it was so ridiculous. Yeah. But our Nice Guys episode was really ridiculous as well. Yeah, there's a few actually. I'd like to do the show live at one point, but we'd have to be in the same country for a decent period of time.
One day.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time. Just before we finish up episode 99 and roll on into 100, talk about Zack Snyder's Justice League next week, which will be a bit of a longer episode because that movie is it's longer
4
than time
hours
itself.
long.
Yeah, just wanted to say thanks to our pod pals, in particular JP, Johnny, for all of his support. He shares our posts every time. One of his tracks is obviously our theme, but also he went back and wrote specific tunes for our segments. He also does that for No Country for Old Films. I love you, Johnny. You're one of my dearest and closest friends, and kid's been through a lot in the last 12 months, and you always came back with a smile, and the work is always paramount and exceptional, and he's such an asset to not only the company that I work for and that he does work for, but in my life. Like he's a really important person. So I love you, JP. Thank you so much. Chaz, number one fan, like hands down. We appreciate you've been there since day one and contributed so much to the show, and you're such a thoughtful and intelligent a special human being, and I'm so grateful that we were able to meet through these circumstances, and hopefully we can bridge that distance gap one day and meet you in proper, and maybe get our fucking asses ninja kicked to death or whatever. The dude is a samurai, forget about it. Juan and Kike, our sister show in Till the End of the Line podcast, you guys are incredible. I know that you've said to us before that you take a lot of inspiration from what we do. We do from you guys as well. I love your zest for this stuff and for podcasting itself. And like I said on a previous pod, one like unsolicited asked to read one of my screenplays and did. That's incredible. And they're always so supportive and so patient and so kind to us. And they have a beautiful family and I love it every time we're on the show and you see Juan's wife's just little head pop up because she's the producer, and they really feel like family to us. So we love you guys. Tommy and DL from Podcast Assemble had me on their show more than half a dozen times before me and Tommy splintered off and did No Country for Old Films. So I want to thank both of them, in particular Tommy for, he's a dear friend of mine now, and someone I would happily not pod with as well, and just be a friend to. You're a beautiful human being and incredibly funny man, and I'm so grateful we get to do what we do together. Leanne, of course, for coming on the show a few times. I know you and Addie have a really special bond, and to have you represented have that represented on our show is really important, and I hope that you come back and we get to talk about something soon. And the Sequel Suck crew, like I was talking about before, they're just really, really great guys. I've met Cable once in person, and I've never met Gus in person. Like we've only ever done it via Zoom, and yet they feel like buds. They feel like my pals, like in a way that people I see all the time don't. I love doing that show. It's so fucking unhinged. they're so hysterical together. And I just love being in between that fucking man sandwich. So, yeah. And finally, just want to thank my partner, Em, for, all the late night, I got to go on pod. And she says that to people. She says, like, Ari's in the office, he's podding or whatever. Like, she gets it. She gets what I do. And that support means a lot, because I know that this is, it might seem futile to people because there's no money in it or there's no prestige in it or whatever, but I fucking love it. And she gets that about me, and I appreciate her so much. And finally, most importantly, most critically, Addie, I love you so much, man. You are one of my dearest friends, and you get the absolute rawest form of me. Like, you know me better than almost anybody. And there is nothing more important to me than that. This podcast is great, and I love it. I love that we get to hang out and talk to each other. But if it all went to shit tomorrow, I would still talk to you every single day. Like, you are such a beautiful human being. You're so important to me. You're such a great friend, and I trust you implicitly with everything. And I can count on one hand the amount of people I trust in this world, and you are absolutely the thumb. Don't ever change, buddy. Let's roll on through 200, episode 200, when we're covering fucking Zack Snyder's X-Men versus Justice League or whatever the fuck happens in another 5 years. So you're beautiful.
I love you too, man. None of this is possible without you. And going back to fucking reaching out to me when I was talking about the Eternals and doing the Hawkeye reviews, it was when I met you, I found my people, and you are my people. And I love you so, so dearly. And I love you, man. There's so much that I don't have words to say, but you mean the world to me.
I appreciate that. And I know it doesn't need to be said. It doesn't need to be articulated. I know. I can feel it through the screen. And now I'm hanging dong, everyone. I've got my dong out. There it is. That's it for the show, everybody. Thank you so much again for coming along this silly little adventure for 99 episodes. We're going to keep going. There's no stopping this train. As I said, roll on next week with episode 100 on Zack Snyder's Justice League, the Century Club. And until then, be good to each other, be good to yourselves, and remember, fuck hate.
Love wins.